My name is Shunki Oishi. I'm a pretty solid mid-tier newspaper journalist. Want to take lunch soon?
Yes, sir.
I always pair up with this woman, Miki Kanda-san. We go around interviewing various subjects and topics. It's her second year joining us, so she's still relatively new. In other words, I'm Kanda-san's mentor.
You're really incredible, aren't you, Oishi-san? You're so perfect at asking the right points and summarizing the content for the article. There's so much I can learn from you. I really respect you.
You're being dramatic with that.
What do you do to study methods on interviewing and other skills for your work?
Well, for example, when I'm going to be running a piece on places like this, you'd be surprised at how much TV shows can really help out.
Huh? TV shows?
I would especially recommend Scato Gourmet. They introduce various hot restaurants and cafes every week, but they manage to capture the customers eating and their true reactions. It's just really interesting to watch.
I'll have to take a look sometime, too.
I was teaching Kanda-san everything that I knew and learned over my career. Work was pretty busy every day, when one day, we were going to be having a high school reunion. How you all doing, peasants? His name was Taiji Shigeki, the current mayor's son. He's always been so proud to tell people about how his family's really rich, but it didn't help that now his father was the mayor as well. He loves to act all high and mighty. Wait, Shunki? You're here too? Yeah. You had good grades and good looks, so you were pretty popular in high school. But it looks like the tables have turned. I'm above you now. I'm the mayor's son after all. I don't think that there's really above or below, you know. I'm going to take over my father's spot soon and nominate myself for mayor, actually. A peasant like you versus the next mayor of the city? Clearly, I'm above you. Oh yeah, you're actually a newspaper journalist, right? Yeah. Then I suppose you're going to be interviewing me at some point. You better really keep your head low and understand your place when you come to interview me. Taiji really hasn't changed at all, has he? Yeah, I guess not. You've always had great grades and a good personality, so everybody liked you. He was kind of the complete opposite. I'm sure that he's probably just jealous of you. I don't have anything against the guy, though. And even if that were the case, I don't want to put up with that kind of annoying attitude. About half a year later, the current mayor was resigning, so an election was taking place for the next mayor. Taiji used his father's strong foundation for his election, and as a result, a lot of the organization voters helped in him winning. This is just how good I am! Afterwards, I was assigned to visit the city office and interview Taiji as a journalist.
I've heard that the new mayor is actually your classmate. Is that true?
Yeah, actually. We used to be in the same class in high school.
Then I guess I can be excited for today's interview.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm honestly not that excited for this.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. I'm sure that he's going to be acting all high and mighty again. But the reality was that after we got to the city office, Taiji welcomed me with a smile that I'd never seen before. Welcome! Thank you for coming today. I've been expecting you. Huh? Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to allow us to interview you. Oh, come on. You don't have to be so formal and uptight, buddy. It's you and me, Shunki. His name is Shunki Oishi, and he's a very important friend from when we were in high school. I'm the kind of person who takes good care of friendships. We still get along well, even after all these years. What? What happened to Taiji? I learned about this later, but apparently Taiji, having just been elected, wanted to plant the good mayor image on others, so he was just using me to maintain his popularity. Alright then, go ahead and ask away. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Your questions were really interesting and a great reference for me. Thank you.
Really? Well, I'm glad that you think so. I don't know what Taichi's up to, but it's nice that I was able to interview the mayor.
I need to hurry up and become independent as well.
You're actually working on a piece for the large business facility that the current mayor is working on right now on your own, right? How are things going with that?
Well, thanks to your lecture, things are going incredibly smoothly.
That's good to know. If there's anything that you need help with, just let me know, okay?
Thank you so much, sir. There's actually something I was hoping you'd help me out with.
What is it? I'm more than willing to help out with anything you need.
I was just hoping that you'd give me a treat of sorts if the editor approves my article and it actually makes the papers.
A treat?
Is that a no?
No, I mean, sure. If this goes well, it's going to be your very first anniversary for the successful debut on your article. So, what is it that you wanted for a treat?
I want you to go on a date with me for just a day.
Huh? What? A date?
If you go on a date with me, I'm going to work so freaking hard. I'll write 2 or 3 times better articles, so please.
Right. Okay then. If that's all it takes for you to really show the world your talent.
Really? I'm going to give it my all then.
Yeah. A little while after that, Kanda-san's article was completed. The editors approved of her article, and she was able to make a debut on the papers. Congratulations, Kanda-san!
It's thanks to you, Oishi-san. You remember our promise, right?
Yeah, of course. By the way, isn't your birthday soon, Kanda-san?
Yes. Did you remember my birthday?
Yeah, I remember you telling me a little while back. So how about we go to a birthday celebration in addition to the date, huh? A nice expensive restaurant. I'll buy.
Huh? But an expensive restaurant? I'd feel too guilty.
I read your article, by the way. It was wonderful. I'm really happy to see you excelling, so please, this is the least I can do to express my joy. Which is why we went out together on our next weekend to have dinner. I've gone out with her to grab a bite to eat while out on a work trip, but when we're just having dinner in private like this, it makes me really nervous. Kanda-san is really cute normally, but she's got her makeup on point today. She's like my real girlfriend or something. This is it.
I've never been to such a beautiful store. I'm excited.
Excuse me? Yes? A man whom I'd never seen before spoke to us before we walked into the store. That man made quite an interesting suggestion to us. After listening to what he had to tell us, we walked into the private area that we had reserved and enjoyed our meal.
This is incredible! I can't believe that there's food this delicious in the world.
I remember eating here for the first time in my life as well. I was so surprised. Whoa! I didn't expect to run into you in a place like this, Shunki. Taiji?
Mayor!
I actually saw you walk into the private room just a second ago. I'm sure that you probably don't make a lot of money, right? But you're really okay with pushing yourself and coming to an expensive store like this? Oh wait, hang on. You were probably just trying to show off to your employee, huh? He's acting nothing like before. I mean, this is the Taiji that I know, but I guess he thinks we're in a private setting, so he's free to act how he wants. What's that look on your face, huh? Do you have a problem with me? I'm literally the mayor of the city you live in. You're in my city, you hear me? A mayor is someone who stands on top of the peasants. He's someone who's so much more important than you. That's why I'm allowed to do this. Huh? What? You can't even find the words to argue back, you freaking loser? But I don't blame you. You can't go against the mayor, now can you? A loser like you doesn't deserve to be in an expensive store like this. Do you understand me? You better find your way out of here and fast. Got it? Taiji was acting so incredibly immature that I was past angry. I just pitied him. I couldn't even bring myself to argue with him.
I can't believe that Mayor Shigeki was that kind of person.
He's always been that way. I think that if he didn't have his father's strong foundation, he never would have gotten elected. But more importantly, I'm sorry. I know that it was a very special day, but it's been ruined. It's my fault for knowing him and having a history.
It's not something that you need to be apologizing for, Oishi-san.
But I feel so bad for dragging you into this mess, Kanda-san. Let's go again sometime when we won't be interrupted.
Huh? Okay, I'm glad that I'll be able to go out with you again, Oishi-san. But, you know, Taiji is not going to be having a good time real soon.
Yeah, you're right about that. Taiji's horrible, barbaric behavior is not something that should be forgiven. We knew that Taiji's atrocious behavior would soon come to bite him in his butt. 1 week after, the phone calls wouldn't stop coming to Mayor Shigeki's office. The city office was a crap storm. Mayor, what did you do? You realize that we can't work at all like this, right? Sounds like the city's under fire from complaints by concerned citizens.
I mean, he was caught on camera, so I can't say that I'm surprised at all.
The day that Kanda-san and I visited that expensive restaurant, there was a TV camera set up in the private room that we were dining in. The reason being, the man who spoke to us before we walked in was a production staff member for the TV show Scato Gourmet, which I watched frequently. We're actually working on a piece with this restaurant. If you're okay with it, we were hoping to set up some hidden cameras and watch you two enjoy the meals. We've already gotten approval from the restaurant. Oh, wow!
That sounds interesting.
Scato Gourmet was a TV show I enjoyed and watched often. We figured that something like this doesn't happen every day, and it would give us some valuable insight into interviews, so we were more than happy to oblige with the man's request. Then Taiji showed up, not knowing that there was a camera pointed directly at him before behaving the way he did. You regular old peasants are just the grunts of the mayor, do you understand? Just quietly give me your damn tax, so that I can live a luxurious life. The whole thing was recorded, and in crystal clear 4K resolution. It was broadcast to the world, and he was the center of controversy in the blink of an eye. A few days later, the mayor was holding a press conference to explain himself, and Kanda-san and I showed up to the conference. I am incredibly remorseful of my actions. I would like to report back to you today to remove any misunderstandings that may have arisen in watching the video that was broadcast the other day. Misunderstandings? I knew that there was a TV camera in that room. What I'm trying to say is that it was all just a huge act. Entertainment. Don't you understand? It's just entertainment.
What do you mean by that?
Well, that day, the man who was having dinner, his name is Oishi-kun, and he's a classmate of mine. He actually asked me to help him surprise the woman that he's bringing along, so he wanted me to go along with his prank. I said that if I do that, then there's a good chance it'll upset the woman, so we shouldn't do it, but he just wouldn't listen to me. Oishi-kun and I go way back, so I didn't really want to say no to him, you know? The TV staff also said that they'd be interested, since it could add an interesting twist to things. That's why I had to do that as part of an act. It was all part of the plan. but I do feel bad that I went a little too far. That little... He's just spewing nonsense.
He's trying to make you look like the bad guy! Unacceptable!
Well, well. If it isn't Oishi-kun himself, you do realize that your childish, immature prank is causing all kinds of problems over here, right? Why don't you come up and apologize to everyone for everything you've done?
Do not try to blame everyone for this. That wasn't a prank at all. You did that because you wanted to.
Kanda-san. But Oishi-kun did indeed ask me to...
He is not the kind of man to set up something that horrible to me.
Your little story doesn't make any sense at all, Mayor! I have no recollection of ever talking to you after our last interview at the city office, let alone the night of the dinner. The only truth is that you did say some terrible things, and you did pour a bunch of water onto our food. But please, do not come up with some horrible excuse that you were just playing along! Wait a second. I remember now. That whole thing was just an act for the TV staff. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just made a mistake. TV staff? You know, you two weren't around, and the TV staff came up to me and asked me to pour water onto your food and surprise you two for a reaction. They said it would be more interesting that way. That's not... Obviously, I said no at first, but they convinced me and said that it was necessary for the TV show to be successful. I thought that it was just a waste of good food, so I wasn't sure what to do. But I am the ally of our good citizens, so I couldn't say no. So it's all the TV station's fault. No one believes you! I mean, you might not believe me, but that's the truth, and that's that. Whatever the case, I'm not in the wrong here. That's it for the conference. Goodbye. Huh? That's a very strange story, isn't it? And just who might you be? You don't know who I am? Of course I don't know who you are. You're a nobody. I'm the TV staff member who was there on site that day. Huh? Really? If what you're saying is true, and you were just doing this for the TV, then you should probably remember the face of the staff you spoke to, right? I mean, I don't blame you for not knowing my face, because today is literally the first time we've ever met, which means that you're completely lying when you say we had some kind of meeting to make things spicier. Ugh, whatever. The conference is over.
Oh, Mayor! You can't run away from this.
This whole conference brought to light that Taiji was a massive liar, and the sheer amount of complaints led to him resigning from his powerful position of mayor. Shunki! Taiji? People have been misunderstanding me even more since then, so I'm really struggling. Can you please help me out? Misunderstanding? Are you seriously going to keep hiding behind that excuse to run away from your own consequences? It's all your fault! Don't be like that, man! We're friends, right? I want you to listen to a favor of mine. A favor? You're a news journalist, right? I want you to draft up a news article that boosts my public image. Something about me saving a drowning child or donating a couple $100,000 to some humanitarian organization or something. Did that really happen? Nope. That's why I want you to save me with your excellent writing. This is ridiculous. I can't put up with you anymore. Hey, don't abandon me! Please, I'm begging you! Shunki! A few days later, I once again visited that restaurant with Kanda-san.
I'm so glad that I was able to come again here with you, Oishi-san.
I was looking forward to this too.
Really? I'm so happy to hear that.
Hey, Kanda-san.
Huh? Yes.
You know, this was supposed to be a date for you as a treat, but I came to a realization. I just can't stop thinking about you. I think I really like you, Kanda-san. Would you be willing to go out with me? I want to go out on a date again, but this time as a real couple.
I've liked you for a long time too, Oishi-san.
That's how we started dating. By the way, as for what happened to Taiji, that whole debacle at the restaurant and lying to the press made his father, the ex-mayor, cut ties with him. He's trying to find new work, but everyone knows his face now, so he's not able to find work. He's struggling pretty badly. I'm supposed to be someone who stands above everyone. Why is this happening to me? Someone save me! Where are you going to interview today?
I'm going to a local economic council hearing and interviewing the employees there.
I see. You've really become a great journalist, haven't you? I remember when you were still just shadowing me.
The reason I was able to become independent like this is thanks to you, Junki. Thank you.
But I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss you being there all the time.
You don't have to be so upset. Let's go out for drinks today after work. It's been a minute.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Today's a payday, and I think that's the perfect motivation I need for today.
I'm looking forward to it too. See you later.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. And don't forget to check out our other episodes too. According to my calculations, you are about to like and subscribe to our videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.